Hold on. Somebody's talking, but I cannot hear them.
Somebody's on mute.
I was saying, here I go looking short as I actually am again, as I adjust my monitor. Well, hello, everybody.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Can I rant a little bit about something that happened to me? This isn't even tech. This is just like general business decorum.
Ooh, yeah.
I was on an email thread with, let's say, Anne. Anne's a pretty important, maybe political figure. And someone on my side of the email thread, let's call her Jennifer. Jennifer says to Anne, "Oh, sure, Alexis can get that to you in 5 minutes." Now, Anne nor Jennifer are my bosses, because those are you.
Do they work here by any chance?
They don't work at Lightship. It's another organization I like to support in my free time. A volunteer opportunity, actually, to be more explicit. I don't get paid at all for this. And I was just directed to ship something over in 5 minutes. Now, you both know me. I sent a very well-written note to Jennifer afterwards about time, expectations, and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate in terms of communication. So I say all this to say, as we think about like best practices in communications and emails, when should someone respond to an email?
So, look, I'm a 24 hours person, unless I've already started communicating to that thread.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, the weekend is a different situation, right? I've got a little bit longer. If it's an intro that somebody made without like asking, it's going to be a little bit longer. But it's a 24-hour situation unless I've already started talking in that thread, in which case I feel like it's a 2-hour situation.
Interesting. Brian, what do you think?
Well, I appreciate your calmness in this situation. First of all, 24, 48. Not 24. 48.
I sometimes have gone a week before responding, not intentionally. It's just if it's not.
There is a hierarchy of who actually fits in that 24-hour situation.
Yes.
Because not everybody's going to get any. First of all, you might not ever get a response.
Yes.
Are we talking about people that we don't know, or are we talking about people that there is a relationship?
I guess, okay, if the answer, I mean, this person's a political figure, but I don't know them.
So you have no relationship with this person. You have no relationship with this person.
Correct. I have a relationship with, what did I call her? Jackie, Jasmine.
I still think 3 days. I think 3 days. I think 4 gets to be a little bit like, you could expect did you get this by the end of the 4th day, I think.
It was a wild experience for me. Even now, I got a vein popping out in my neck. Just recounting.
A 5-minute turnaround on a project or anything like that is I wouldn't do that to the internal team unless it was an emergency.
You wouldn't do it to people that you actually pay.
Send it in an email to anyone else. I would send you a Slack or a side message that said, "Hey, do you have time to turn this around quickly because XYZ?" Like, I'm going to respect that time. So I think like how fast you have to respond in an email is different than, because there's so many like extenuating circumstances, but you never say in an email without discussing it with the other person, "Oh yeah, they got it, 5 minutes." That's just, I don't do that to anybody, like anyone at all.
No one. Yeah, for me, our portfolio founders know, text me and I will respond instantly, or call me and I will answer instantly. Founders in the pipeline, I'll get to you hopefully within an hour. Founders in our ecosystem that we've worked with on the foundation side, I'm going to try to get you in that 24 hours. I'm going to try my best, but I can't guarantee it. LPs, 24 hours, 48 maybe. Literally everyone else, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Because there's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work.
I mean, we have just boot camp companies, 175 of our own. Plus, there were Angelas before us.
I mean, we have over 100 Twitch Pitch alums. We're all fantastic. And
Yeah.
I love to spend time with all of them.
We got to be getting close to 150 Twitch Pitch alums, right? Got to be getting close.
After this season, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. So I appreciate your thoughts on the matter because I wanted to make sure that I, as we say on the East Coast, my Midwestern friends, that I wasn't bugging because I knew that I wasn't bugging.
You weren't bugging. 5 minutes is wild.
Wild.
Seriously, we don't always even have 5 minutes. If I had 5 minutes, I would eat lunch on time.
You guys have seen my calendar. I'm in back-to-back meetings all day. All day.
I actually took your calendar off my calendar because it gave me anxiety.
It doesn't give me anxiety if it makes you feel better about it. That's just my reality.
Jeez. I can't have that the back-to-backness of it. I need to like have a few minutes to like write my notes, and I don't know when you find the time.
After work or before work. But you know what I will say? You people, both of you people who like these 15-minute gaps in between your meetings, oh, I hate that. What do you actually get done in those little 15 minutes? Nothing. It's not enough time to actually be productive, but it's too much time to like just sit there.
I do plenty. I do all the follow-ups in those 15 minutes.
Yeah. Follow-ups, bio things, eating.
If I promise something, I do it in the 15 minutes.
What? I tried
Sometimes I stay on the phone with that person in the 15 minutes to work on the follow-ups together.
I'm doing that in the meeting. You asked me to do the thing. I'm going to write the email right now.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I do that more often than not. I hope people understand that's why I do it. Like, it's because there is no other time.
Also, the 15 keeps meetings from bleeding into each other.
Yeah.
That's
they go over so often because no one has one more question. And they're always long-winded.
Says the judge on Twitch Pitch who asks
more than one question. I'm sorry. These are very interesting. They're very interesting. I still have more questions from last time. They're still sitting here on my dining room table.
Well, I can't wait for you to meet our companies tonight. You're going to love them. Another one of my like personal CPG product favorites is in the group tonight. So I can't wait for you to meet everybody. And with that, Kate, let's get going. Ooh, this is our new mosaic, like artistic screen. Welcome everybody, or welcome back if it's not your first time with us. Welcome to Twitch Pitch, the very first pitch competition live here on Twitch. We are knee deep in season 9. We are at the very last episode of the first round of companies for this season. Next week, we will see 3 companies in the finale. This season, we are seeing 16 great companies from the Target Forward Founders Program. We're super excited about all of it. If you haven't seen this before, let me tell you how it works. Every episode, we see a few companies, they present a pitch video, and then after that, we bring those founders on the screen live, where we get to ask them questions, learn more about their business, and then you, the audience, you can also ask them questions here live. After that, we get to have an American Idol style voting session. So if you would invest in that company, we give you a cute number and tell you exactly how to vote for that company. And that will help determine who makes it to the finale and then who wins the competition. We're super excited to be back. This season is brought to you by a few of our favorite sponsors. It's brought to you by Target. The Target Forward Founders Program is an accelerator for early stage CPG companies looking to better understand retail. It's designed to help historically under-resourced founders be the next wave of wealth building companies. If you're interested in joining their next cohort, their applications are open now until February 3rd. So go check them out. Check them out on the website. The show is also brought to you by the Ohio Third Frontier. OTF is an internationally recognized tech-based economic development initiative that is successfully changing the trajectory of Ohio's economy. OTF works with innovative startup companies across the state, making Ohio the destination for tech entrepreneurs. And then the show is also brought to you by Black Tech Week, the greatest Black Tech conference that brings together thousands of people across all industries, backgrounds, and experiences to gather, learn, and find their home. We're super, super excited to bring our conference back to you in a very big way later this year. This show is also brought to you by our favorite snack eating judges. One of them here is Miss Candace Matthews-Brackeen, our founder and CEO here on the foundation side, and our GP at the fund, our CPG and e-commerce queen. Get on her radar. The other side of me, we have Brian Brackeen, our other GP, who is our expert in all things AI. And fun fact, if you didn't know, leads our founder boot camps and is doing that right now in Tulsa. So we're super, super excited to bring you some new companies today. And with that, let's meet our first contestant. Also, special shout out, I see Tahaji's back here in the audience, throwing links in the chat. Super excited to have you here. So let's meet our first tasty, delicious company. Let's meet Anna and MABI.
Hi, my name is Anna Bautista, founder of Brews of Paradise and creator of MABI, a line of tree bark brews inspired by indigenous Caribbean recipes. I created this product to honor my culture by keeping it traditional alive with our own twist to give our customers the lift they deserve. We notice an increase in demand for less sugary and more flavorful beverages in the market, which makes sense when you think about the fact that more than 10% of the US population has diabetes. And many beverages claim to be healthy, but when you look into the ingredients, they're filled with high amounts of sugar, artificial sweeteners, and natural flavors made out of dozens of ingredients that are not required to be disclosed by the FDA. So now people are taking a more preventative approach, and about 62% of consumers are seeking for functional and healthier beverages. I saw this as an opportunity to introduce a modern and healthier version of a beverage I grew up drinking in the Dominican Republic, made with unique ingredients like the MABI bark, which has a history of usage by indigenous people from the Caribbean, and it's a regenerative ingredient. We blended with curated spices, herbs, and flowers that create elevated and unique flavor profiles while providing benefits to the consumers. And this is truly what sets us apart. Our beverages have no calories, sugar, or caffeine. They are filled with antioxidants and made with clean, natural, and unique ingredients that help with digestion and cholesterol. And we're a women and minority owned and operated business. We are serving you health, wealth, culture, and deliciousness in each bottle/future cans. Our flavors include classic. Think of it as an elevated lemonade with citrusy and subtle ginger notes. Our morning wood brew made with a curated herbal blend that includes chamomile, green tea, lavender, lemon balm, rooibos, ginger, and mint. It's delicious and super refreshing. And our top seller, Childhood Bliss, made with hibiscus flowers, very refreshing with floral, fruity, semi-tart, and semi-sweet notes. We believe we are a great fit for the current and future market as US consumers are seeking natural beverage options with less sugar, calories, and no artificial sweeteners, additives, or preservatives. The current ready-to-drink tea market share is growing, and so is the general consumer behavior towards health and wellness. And we know that 38% of adult consumers are interested in discovering new teas. Our business model is D2C and B2B. We are working on finalizing our commercial formulation since I have been responsible for production, resulting in limited inventory. And we're working on a rebrand to relaunch in Q1 of this year. So we can start working with a co-manufacturer and we can start growing our volume and our B2B wholesale accounts. We have spent 2021 and 2022 testing the market, validating the products, and gathering feedback from customers, acquiring some grants, and are excited to switch from glass bottles to cans this year and applying omnichannel strategies. I am currently a one-woman show, still with a full-time job with a background in ad tech and marketing, and over 14 years of code switching that have prepared me to give my base consumers new flavors from my main family's region of origin. I have been working with my advisors to take slow, but strong steps into transitioning full time and sharing health wealth with everybody across the country. Thank you so much. Please follow our journey. I'm ready for your questions.
Welcome to the show. Let me start with Candace.
Perfect. Anna, tell me a little bit about kind of the flavor of MABI, and then also share a little bit about the sustainability of using tree bark.
Yeah, so thank you for having me here. So MABI, it's a really interesting ingredient because it has an interesting history, right, of usage by Tainos or indigenous people from the Caribbean. They used to make it to treat ailments and cool off the body. And then around the mid-19th century, there was a fermented version that was actually developed by the slaves of the Caribbean, kind of to substitute for the lack of alcohol. And that's the version that was known or is known now. It's popularized all over the Caribbean. And I grew up drinking it as a kid. Obviously, the percentage of alcohol is like below 1, so like it's safe for consumption. And it's regenerative because the way it works is kind of like cinnamon. A lot of people don't know that cinnamon is also a tree bark. So the way you take it is you take a part of the branch or part of the tree. You take the outer layer and then kind of refine it and let it dry for a couple of days, and it's ready for usage. So it doesn't affect the tree at all. You don't have to cut it. It grows within a couple of months or very like 1 to 2 years. So it's really good for the environment. And so the flavor itself of the bark is bitter, but I spent about a year plus going through different recipes, versions that I created myself to make sure that I create a harmonious blend with the herbs, spices, and flowers, because we didn't want the bitterness to show. We just wanted kind of the benefits of it and also to share the origin story behind it. And it was also important for me to make sure that it was sugar-free because diabetes runs in my family. So I tested a lot of different natural sweeteners that was safe for diabetics. And that's how we came up with the different flavor profiles. So in general, it's kind of like a mix of earthy, but also herbal and fruity, depending on which one you'd select. Like that Childhood Bliss that is made with hibiscus flowers is very fruity, a little tart, and a little sweet, but not too much. The other one, Morning Wood, has a herbal blend that is super refreshing. So it has, think about like lavender, but a little bit of green tea, also mint, fresh mint, and ginger. So it's super delicious, very thirst quenching. And their classic one is kind of like an elevated lemonade. So very citrusy with very, very subtle ginger notes.
Awesome. Thank you. Very, very nice answer.
Yeah.
Brian?
I'd like to go back to some of those benefits. I mean, if most Americans saw a drink that was no caffeine, no calorie, it's just like all the things you could hope for, but have good flavor. Do you think if people are coming to you for those benefits? Are they coming for other reasons? Are there cultural connections? Like, what's driving people coming to the product?
Yeah, it's kind of a mix. So the people that we're targeting is health conscious consumers, right? So people who definitely care about low calories, low sugar. I've received a lot of good feedback from people who follow keto diet as well, and also diabetics is super safe. Safe for consumption. But people in general who just also are curiosity-driven consumers, and I'm one of those, right? Like I love trying new snacks, new beverages, and sometimes I go more for like the flavor profiles or just discovering this new ingredient or something that I've never had before versus the benefits. So when you have both, it's kind of like, this is great because you can touch both sides.
Thank you.
Brilliant. So I've said this to you privately, but I'll say it in front of everybody. This is one of my favorite drinks, period. It's delicious. The Morning Wood one's my favorite. It's super like earthy and herbal, but super refreshing. It's great. Highly recommend it. My question to you has nothing to do with that. Talk to me about the change from the glass to can. Was that about portion or was that about environmental reasons? What motivated that? And
yes.
Are you is that the only form factor you're going to have, or you're going to keep both?
I'm going to be switching. So I've had a lot of trouble with glass bottles. Unfortunately, love our glass bottles, but for shipping, it's not cost efficient. I did spend a lot of time doing a lot of conducting like interviews and surveys and talking directly with my consumers, doing a lot of, collecting a lot of data and feedback. And one of the things that they noticed is that, especially people from the Caribbean who are familiar with their traditional version of this beverage, they found that the name was a little too similar. So I thought like, okay, if I'm going to make any drastic changes, this is the best time because the brand is really new and small. So it won't be like an insane impact. And so also notice that the current branding, even though a lot of people like it, when I translate it into actual cans, they look a little too similar. So I figured the best approach would be to give each can its own personality. So I'm super excited to share with everybody the way they're going to look. And also going through the Target Accelerator program really helped me to go through very specific exercises to dig a little deeper into the brand voice and refining it. So it was a combination to make the decision to switch. And also, of course, it is good for the environment to switch to cans. They're both good, glass and cans. So also for cost efficiencies, cans, it's much better.
Beautiful, excellent. I forgot to emphasize, because I was so excited to tell you how much I love to drink, that friends, if you had questions for Anna, put them in the chat. I don't see questions yet, but I see a lot of people talking about how much they're enjoying the drink. You've got Childhood Bliss is a favorite. Love the flavor and the fact that it's sugar-free. Lisa loves it. She loves to drink it when she wakes up, actually. There's a DR and BK shout out here from AF2424. So we love it. Also, double shout out to BK. So we're super excited to have you. Everyone in the comments, this is your time. If you would like to vote for MABI, you're going to text the number 1 to 520-542. 2608. Once again, to vote for MABI, text 1 to 520-542-2608. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Love it.
It really is delicious, guys. It's so good. So we're going to transition a little bit from deliciousness to making sure you look and feel delicious. So let's meet our friends at Melanin Is.
Hi, we're Asana and Jasmine, the co-founders of Melanin Is, a skincare company with a mission to provide organic, non-toxic, and science-based products specifically tailored for a melanin-rich skin. How would you feel if a medical provider prescribed you Crisco to treat your skin concerns? As crazy as that sounds, that actually happened to me, and it happens to people of color all over the world. Medical providers commonly suggest Crisco and petroleum jelly due to their ability to penetrate ethnic skin. However, these two products are linked to cancer, PCOS, and infertility in both men and women. Skincare is killing people of color. And non-medical skincare isn't any better. Only 1% of skincare research is dedicated to ethnic skin, so it's no surprise that over 75% of Black and Latinx consumers report their skincare did not work, leaving them to deal with dry, damaged, and hyperpigmented skin.
The main reason ethnic skin responds differently to standard skincare is because of the molecular differences in the skin barrier that make ethnic skin harder to penetrate. That's where we come in. Our patent-pending technology, Halo Seal, uses melomolecules to penetrate, heal, and hydrate ethnic skin. We currently have 2 products available. Our 72-hour intense hydration lotion tested in a clinical trial with 98% of users seeing healed and hydrated skin in just 3 weeks. Here we have our Sunless Melanin Enhancer, the first of its kind. It diminishes hyperpigmentation, promotes an even complexion, and gradually delivers a natural glow so radiant, even the sun will envy you.
So what makes our brand different? Well, despite claiming to have natural ingredients, many brand formulations still contain toxins that destroy ethnic skin health. As you can see, many contain petroleum and toxic formulations that damage the skin barrier. Due to the lack of availability for products that effectively treat ethnic skin, we are the first to market to tackle this $85 billion white space market opportunity. We plan to target the millennial and Gen Z consumers, which represents an estimate of 5%. We have 3 different phases in our go-to-market strategy, and we're currently in phase 1, where we're focusing on B2B and B2C, as well as product expansion. Phase 2, we will expand into retail and hospitality, In phase 3, we will focus on expanding our patents.
Since we launched in March of 2022, we've grown rapidly. Our average order volume is $70 with 80% margins. We've raised $50,000 in non-dilutive funding, and social media following grows at a 50% rate month over month. We have an amazing team of prestigious and dedicated experts with backgrounds in branding, marketing, supply chain, patents, cosmetic chemistry, and more to help carry out our vision here at Melanin Is. We are looking to bring on strategic partners for industry guidance and retail introductions with the likes of Ulta and Sephora. If we are awarded the $25K, it will go towards supplies and ingredients, as well as the cost of acquiring 7,000 new customers. We're setting a new standard in the beauty industry by providing non-toxic and effective skincare products. By doing so, we hope that our customers will feel heard, accepted, and proud of their melanin skin.
Fantastic. Welcome to the show, Asana and Jasmine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This time, let's get started with Brian.
Excellent pitch. The Crisco thing is like jarring, which is exactly how you're supposed to start a pitch, like get people's attention. I have a question about, in what seems to be a crowded or not crowded market, can tell me, you guys seem to be kind of breaking through, and you can see that in your revenue and your traction. So how have you been able to do that?
Yeah, thank you for that question. I think it really relies in our formulation and our patent pending technology. I think it's really amazing that we have a lot of Black-owned brands that are trying to offer new products to our consumers. But the thing is, if you're using the same formulations as everyone else, you're not actually doing things that address the skin concerns, then you're going to fail. And I think that's what we really set apart from our competitors, is that our products are results driven and it's clinically tested and also proven by science.
Brilliant. Candace?
Tell me a little bit more about the science. Where did the formulation come from? Do you have a scientist kind of on the team right now?
Yeah, so first off, shout out to all my girls in STEM. I'm a scientist. Being a scientist, I've always been a scientist. Since I was little, I would always ask questions. But I do have a background in cosmetic chemistry, molecular biology, and botany. We also have a PhD scientist on the team from Princeton. Shout out to Dr. Martin on our team as well, that helps to lead all of our innovation.
Can I ask one more question, Lexi? Okay. How are you defining ethnic skin? Is a big word. So I know that you have kind of a target market, but like, how do you define the differences in ethnic skin specifically?
Yes, that's a really great question. So when it comes to our products, we define it through the amount of melanocytes that you have in your body. There's a specific amount of melanocytes within different demographics of ethnicities. And so that's why we really focus on the Black consumer, also Latinx and Southeast Asians, because we all have similar amounts of melanocytes visible in our skin tones and our just overall skin barriers.
Okay, thank you very much.
You know, we love the STEM ladies on this show. Talk to me a little bit about, how are people finding you? Are they hearing about you from their derms? Is it word of mouth from their community? What's the word?
Yeah, that's a great question. And so in terms of the way that we're trying to reach our audience, I think a lot of our marketing has been done through social media, of course. I think another big piece of it is really trying to engage with our audience so that we can have just a really solid community kind of aspect with our audience. And so we have influencers that are creating content for us, as well as getting user-generated content. I think just kind of that word of mouth and really mostly organic kind of traffic is the way that we've been gaining traction.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Folks, I did it again. I forgot to remind people to ask questions in the chat. But you've got a lot of love and support in the chat. People are saying it was a great pitch. They love the product. They love you guys. Lots of go team go. So we're super excited to have everyone here supporting you. And if they want to continue to support you, they know what they can do. Your magic time is now. You can text the magical number 2 to 520-542-2608. Once again, text 2 to 520-542-2608 to vote for Melanin is to win this show. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. Always a pleasure.
You guys.
Lexi, do you want to hear something funny real quick?
Yeah.
I noticed during the last episode that like all the teams were in the back kind of like chit-chatting with each other. It took me until, what is this, the third season with Target to realize they all know each other from the accelerator. I know.
It makes it extra fun though, right? Because they're their own cheerleaders.
Yeah, they're
Like
really rooting for each other.
Yeah, they're cheering each other on, and I know they're competing, but they also seem to really like each other. So anyway.
I agree.
Yes, I think so too. I think they really do enjoy each other's company, and they haven't really been able to hang out recently. So this has been a nice little reunion for some of them.
Yeah, great culture over there at the Target Accelerator. It's actually, one of my favorites for sure.
I agree.
And they're taking applications right now, right?
Until the 3rd.
Listen, you guys know it. You've got the details until the 3rd. We love the Target community, and you know what else we love? We love to get quenched. We love Phreshly. Let's meet the company.
Hi there, my name is Paul, and I'm the founder of Phreshly. Phreshly is a premium canned cocktail brand built in 2020 during the pandemic. But before we go into the story of that, I just want to share something with you. Here's a cocktail that I just made at home using fat washed mezcal, spiced rum, clarified banana liqueur, and clarified peach, and on top is an orange zest. This cocktail is going to cost you between $18 and $20 at your favorite bar. Or you can just grab a can of Phreshly and simply enjoy that without having to go to your store to grab the ingredients or spend time making that. Phreshly was born in 2020 during the pandemic when I was laid off, sitting on the couch trying to figure out what's next in my career. That same evening, after watching the show Insecure, I sent out a very random tweet which went viral, and the tweet simply said, "I just drank Prosecco with vodka and I don't know where I'm at in my house." The tweet responses really suggested that there's something missing in this space. At the age of 21, it's really hard for any adult drinker to metabolize alcohol. Therefore, Phreshly was born to bring you a better for you experience, but also packed with premium flavor, inspired by our background from Ghana and also the New Orleans cuisine and culture. Phreshly today is distributed across 7 states in stores like Whole Foods, Hy-Vee, Woodman's, and many more to come in 2023. Our goal of Phreshly is to really help and clearly define the premium canned category of cocktails. This space is growing and is going to be 200x by 2025. At the moment, it is expected to grow by 146 billion by 2030, and the total addressable market and serviceable market for Phreshly today is 10%, which would be about 1.9 billion. As we continue to scale Phreshly, our goal is to expand beyond retail and also into spaces like airlines and airline lounges, which we are on track to do by Q3. Our brand uses all premium spirits and upcycled ingredients from local farmers here in Georgia and also in Southern California. Phreshly is the best premium canned cocktail, if I do say so myself. So, for the judges and those watching at home, please raise a glass, cheers, and vote for Phreshly. Thank you.
The showmanship, the script, the experience. Paul, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Epic tweeter you are.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Candace, maybe you can get us going today.
Certainly. Okay, so Paul, I'm a teetotaler. I'm sorry if some of these questions are lame.
No worries at all.
Okay, but I see that there's a section of cans, canned wine, canned cocktails, the sparkly things.
Yes.
How do you stand out in that section? How do you win?
Yeah, I think the differentiator for Phreshly today is very clear. One, not just because we're a premium canned cocktail, but we use all premium spirits and, of course, upcycled ingredients. 90% of what's on the market is made with malt-based liquor, so it's a derivative of what they claim it to be. That is what our differentiator is, and that is what we're looking to nail home. So education is key, both on-premise and retail, and also off-premise in restaurants and hotels.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brian?
Tell me about the design. I feel like it's very, very good, and it kind of helps you to stick out. But so what was the thinking behind the design of the cans?
Yeah, I think if you look at the last 68 weeks as an example, specifically within design on Twitter and TikTok, everybody's really looking for something that really stands out. Here's a fact. Before we built Phreshly, what we did was we did a lot of data mining across multiple social media platforms. So we look at data on Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, and many others to understand what people are looking for, what they're posting. And so people will pair specific things with what they want to wear in Ibiza or in Tulum. And out of that, we took that data, wrote some SQL queries around that, and that's how the design was built.
Go ahead, Candace.
Paul, here's the thing. You're kind of nailing it. And I know you lost your job, but what were you doing before this?
So before this, I was leading revenue and customer success teams at a few companies in Silicon Valley. So I worked at Chime, worked at Yammer before the Microsoft acquisition, and a few other companies. So that's what I was doing with myself.
Okay, you were doing great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Folks, if you have questions for Paul or additional comments, throw them down below, and we'll get to those in a second. Paul, can you talk to us a little bit about the experience? So I remember when I first tried one, it was beautiful packaging, one, but then some of the additional, I won't give it away, bits.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
The experience is really to teach the modern day drinker how to make their own cocktails at home. So as an example, when you purchase Phreshly, it comes with complimentary garnish that you can put on top of your cocktail, take photos, or pretend you made it for your partner who's coming over for a date. That's that. Additional to that, we also make our own cocktail infusions. So this is for the sober curious people. You can pour your favorite spirit over here, or maybe non-alcoholic vodka gin, and you have an incredible cocktail that makes 8 cocktails at home. So we really wanted to make an end-to-end cocktail experience for the modern day drinker.
That was my favorite part. Thank you for sharing. So everyone I see in here loves it. Lisa loves the Bay Lemonade in particular. Tahaji's talking about how much she enjoys the unboxing experience. Paul is a star. Let's go, Paul. Your website apparently is sick. I haven't seen it. It is, Candace?
It's really nice. It's really nice. Just nailing it on the design. And like the color is rich. The color is rich.
So lots and lots of love for you here in the comments. If you want to keep the love going for Paul and Phreshly, now is your time to vote for Phreshly to win this show. You are going to text the number 3 to 520-542-2608. Once again, to vote for Phreshly, text 3 to 520-542-2608. Thank you. Thank you for all of it. Thank you for the show. Thank you.
Great energy, Paul. Have a good night.
Thank you.
What a fantastic video. I almost forgot how much I enjoyed watching that video.
When are we going to go and meet the Target team in person? This just feels like they're my spirit animal.
I feel like we should make it happen. I feel like they should all come hang out with us at Black Tech Week or something. I don't know. But we love them. We really, really do. See, Tahaji agrees. Also, not to call anyone out, but I will say that Tahaji, Brian, I don't know if I've ever told you this. She's a South Florida gal. Just so you know. Yeah. She's a cousin.
How about that?
Just so you know, I won't really out the details, but she's from around the way.
Love it. The region.
Yeah, well, afterwards we'll find out. Give me all the deets.
And we're going to meet one last company for this season. I am so excited. They always say, save the best for last, yada, yada.
Oh, and then we have to vote? Oh, my God.
And then next
hate that part. She hates that part.
So let's meet our last
company
of the season. Let's meet the Braid Releaser team.
Welcome to the future of braid care. My name is Sarah Green, and I'm the CEO and founder of TheBraidReleaser. And our mission is to take charge of the takedown. Now, before I begin, let me share how TheBraidReleaser got started. My mother, Angela Green, created and invented this tool in 1992. And I'm proud to say that after 25 plus years, we have been able to bring the tool out into the market. Braided styles are being worn now more than ever. Black women still lose a considerable amount of hair during the braid takedown process. Black women should no longer use rat tail tooth combs or any other tools found in the home to take down their braids. So that's why we created the Braid Releaser. It easily glides through the hair, it cuts your time down by 40%, and is double-sided to accommodate small to medium large size braids. Mintel reports show that the Black consumer is using hair care as a means of practicing self-care. The pandemic has forced Black women to change their hair care regimen. African American women specifically spend $63.5 million on ethnic hair and beauty aids. The market size is huge, and we have the opportunity to fill in the gap with being first in mind for braid care, with providing a better solution for our consumer. To validate our tool in the market even more through survey data collection, we discovered 90% of African American women will invest in products specifically for braid care. Currently, we sell through our e-com channel. However, we realized that our consumer wanted to interact with our tool in real time. And I'm proud to say we expanded our business to a B2B business model. We've gotten a lot of buzz and even a shout out from yours truly, Viola Davis herself. We had a successful crowdfunding campaign in the midst of the early stages of the pandemic. So what's the bigger picture? The Braid Box will have 5 products that cater to the end-to-end process for maintaining healthy hair and braids. And to top it off, our ambition would be to later have a braid bar that's a one-stop shop for a consumer and a mobile service that's an extension to that. Here is our beautiful team, my mother, the creator and inventor of the Braid Releaser, and our advisor, Ariel Lauren, who is the CEO and founder of 100K Incubator. Thank you so much.
Beautiful pitch. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
We're so excited to have you. Candace, let's get started.
Okay, first of all, Sarah, your mother Angela is beautiful. Like this is like first, she's just a gorgeous woman, and this is just such a fun family story. Is there a patent on this at all?
So currently we are patent pending domestically, and we are actually looking forward to getting an international patent. With that, we actually want to create a tooling where there's a certain identifier where you are having or using an original braid releaser, so that if we do get copied, you can tell right away that it's fake.
Okay, awesome. And then do you or your mother are you already in the business of running salons?
So no one runs a salon. My mother does not run one, and neither do I.
Okay. Just wondering. And somebody in the comments said, our mom is in her 50th year as an educator. Is that your mom?
Yeah, so that's my brother. And yeah, my mom has been teaching for 50 years.
Oh, I love that. All right, Brian, you're up next.
What's up to the family here? I love it. I love it.
You roll deep.
I had a question about an ask, actually. What, for the audience here, for ourselves, what are you looking for to help you move things forward?
Yes. So if we are chosen for this grant, we actually want to focus on building our marketing strategy. Right now, our sales are mainly through word of mouth, which is great because that allowed us to grow our consumer base organically. But we want to really make sure that we push our hero product, because when we release our subscription box, it's not as hard to launch the subscription box along with trying to push and expand our consumer base with the Braid Releaser. So we really want to make sure that we're known in the market. Everyone knows who we are. And then to follow, we'll launch our subscription box.
Brilliant. So everyone, even family, if you have questions for Sarah, throw them in the comment box below and we'll get to them in a second. Sarah, can you talk a little bit about the timeline on the big picture and the bigger picture? You know, I love big pictures.
Yes.
What's the timeline on subscription box and then moving into, I don't remember which was first, mobile and then brick and mortar, or the other way around?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I love answering this question. Is because we actually want to start the franchise model five years out. That's in Sarah's perfect world. With our subscription box, those 5 products are already developed and locked. So right now we're just focusing on making sure that the packaging is correct, that the storytelling is consistent with our current marketing and branding that we have now, which we completely changed after the Target Accelerator. So we're looking at next year to do our subscription box. And as I mentioned, 5 years down to have that one-stop shop. And the reason why we put in the mobile service is because people are still self-conscious in regards to COVID-19. And a lot of women do not have childcare. And so we wanted to make sure that if it's a woman who have kids, you know, they could come out their house and we'll drive right in front of their house and they can have a sip of wine, get their hair braided and taken care of. So with that, we'll probably, I would say 10 years out, depending on how things are going on in the world right now, because, you know, with the pandemic, if COVID-19 is still really active in the world, we would probably do the mobile service first and then focus on our brick and mortar franchise.
Candace, you want to say something?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't see any questions for you either in the chat. I see lots of love, people wishing lots of success to you, all kinds of Sarahs with lots of exclamation points at the end. So everyone who loves Sarah, family included, this is your time. If you would like for the Braid Releaser to win this competition, you're going to text the magic number 4 to 520-542-2608. Once again, for the Braid Releaser, text the number 4 to 520-542-2608. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, family, for showing up too.
Yeah, Mama Green out there, you know what's up?
Mama Green.
Yes.
Later.
Well, friends, we've met 16 fantastic companies over the past 2 weeks. They've all been excellent. Now we have the tough job of going behind the scenes and 1, tabulating all of our audience votes, and 2, putting in our own votes and figuring out who comes out as the top 3 for the grand finale next week on Tuesday. So
number 3. Okay.
It's gonna be tough. It's always tough. But folks, if you want to know who makes it, stick with us Tuesday at 7. And if you maybe we'll even give you a sneak preview if you follow us on social media beforehand. Come hang out with us Tuesday, meet the finalists, and then vote one more time for the winner of the show.
Awesome.
And until then,
good night, everybody.